Welcome to Zen AI Governance. Thank you for joining us for this session on the EU's AI transparency rules are now live, what businesses must do. Since the 2nd of August, a new part of the EU AI Act has moved from planning into practice. Article 50 now requires clearer disclosure when people interact with certain AI systems, and when synthetic content is created or used. For businesses, this is not simply a new label on a chatbot. It changes how AI features must be designed, documented, presented, and governed. The first question is whether people know they are dealing with an AI system. When an AI service directly interacts with a person, the provider must design the experience so that the person is informed that it is AI, unless that fact is already obvious. That can affect customer service agents, recruitment assistants, advice tools, support bots, and other systems that conduct a genuine two-way exchange. A vague sentence hidden inside terms and conditions is not a strong operating control. The disclosure should appear at the right moment, in language the user can understand, and before the interaction creates a false impression that a human is making the response. Product, legal, and customer experience teams therefore need one shared decision about where the notice appears and what it says. The second obligation concerns synthetic content. Providers of systems that generate audio, images, video, or text must support machine-readable marking, so that the output can be detected as artificially generated or manipulated. This is a technical requirement as well as a communications requirement. It raises practical questions about metadata, provenance, export formats, and whether marks survive editing or distribution through another platform. The third area concerns deepfakes. Organizations using AI to create or manipulate realistic image, audio, or video content may need to disclose that the material is artificial. The aim is straightforward. Viewers should not be misled about whether a real person said something, attended an event, or appeared in a recording. Marketing teams, training teams, and external agencies all need a consistent approval process before this material is released. There is also a specific rule for AI-generated or manipulated text published to inform the public on matters of public interest. Where the necessary conditions apply, the organization deploying the system must disclose the artificial origin of that text. Human review and editorial responsibility matter, but they should be evidence rather than assumed. A person pressing publish is not meaningful oversight if nobody checked the sources, reasoning, or final claims. Emotion recognition and biometric categorization systems create another disclosure duty. People exposed to those systems must be informed. Any organization considering these tools should first identify exactly what the system infers, who is affected, what decision follows, and whether the use is permitted at all. A transparency notice does not make an inappropriate use acceptable. The Commission's guidance also describes exceptions and boundaries. Standard editing assistance, short technical outputs, source code, and some machine-to-machine or closed industrial uses may fall outside particular marking duties. But exceptions should never be selected casually. Record the purpose, audience, workflow, and legal reasoning so that the organization can explain why an obligation did or did not apply. A useful implementation starts with an inventory. List every AI feature that interacts with people, creates synthetic content, performs emotion recognition or biometric categorization, or contributes to public interest communications. For each item, name the provider, deployer, business owner, audience, output type, disclosure point, and evidence retained. Next, test the complete journey rather than reviewing a policy document. Can a customer see the disclosure on a mobile screen? Does an exported image retain its machine-readable mark? Does a video remain labeled after editing? Can a reviewer distinguish original evidence from generated text? Does the organization keep a record showing which version of the system produced the output? Then examine suppliers. Contracts should define who implements marking, who preserves provenance, who informs users, how model or product changes are communicated, and what evidence will be available during an incident or regulatory inquiry. Buying an AI service does not remove the deployer's responsibility for how that service is used. Finally, Create an approval route for exceptions, high-impact communications, and ambiguous cases. Give reviewers enough time and evidence to challenge the output. Monitor complaints, missing labels, broken metadata, and cases where users believed they were speaking to a person. Those signals reveal whether the control works in reality. The practical message is simple. Article 50 is now an operating requirement, not a future compliance project. Start with the AI experiences people can see, hear, or interact with. Make the artificial origin clear, preserve reliable evidence, and assign a named owner. Transparency is not decoration around an AI system. It is part of the system's design. Thanks for watching. We hope this session on the EU's AI transparency rules are now live. What businesses must do was useful. See you in the next one. Follow Zen AI Governance for more practical guidance.